Hey guys, it's Tech right here. In today's video, we got another PC case review because if you guys did not know, I saw a really interesting case at Micro Center. Was looking around for a PC build because if you guys did not know, we're doing our AM5 PC build here very soon, and I needed a PC case for around like $60 to $50. And of course, I originally had a PC case. The Montech was a 903 Max, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use this for the PC build, right? However, I have forgot one important fact. I used it for my friend's PC build, so I don't have a PC case. Luckily, we found a really cool fish tank design. It comes with 3 all 120mm fans, and the case is $65. And it looks pretty freaking good, so I thought we'd review it here today. PC case, we got ourselves the Montech XR. This is a mid-tower case with, of course, 3 120mm fans that come with it, and it's got a fish tank look. What we're gonna do is unbox this and see how this is, and then just get a full inspection of it. Now, if you're wondering why there's a whole PC over there and a random power supply, well, your boy was trying to fix a PC. Long story short, it did not work out. Okay, so I just opened the top of the box, and Kowalski, we have a problem. I thought I grabbed a black version, and I'm very confident to say the box had black on it. We might have gotten a white one by accident, which is fine. Because, in all fairness, I was going to do like PC build lady here, and I think this would be a fun one idea. Let me know if you want to see this down below. An anime theme PC build, like a waifu build. Found this adorable GPU. Cool, I guess. We have a good PC case for it down the line. With that, we got the PC out of the box. I'm not gonna lie, that was way more of the hassle than I thought it would. But I just want to quickly say this, pretty good. Besides the fact that we got the wrong color, it'll still be cool at the end of the day. So you see the 2 120mm fans, and of course these are, I think they're ARGB or RGB fans. I can always double check in a second here. And then we also got another 120 in the actual back side of the case that you can actually use for exhaust. Now for the top side of the case, we do have a mesh top here, and this case does support a 120mm IO to 240 to 360 rad for your top actual radiator support, which is very cool to see. The only thing with this is though, it only supports an IO on the top. It does not support anything on the side. Like it says it supports up to 2 120mm fans for the side here, but on its page it doesn't show any radiator support. Yeah, I might try to do a PC build later here where I try to sell a 360 and 240 rad, and stop the 240 rad on like the front side here. So if you want to see a video and when we do the PC build with this, definitely get subscribed. And my question is, how do we open this case? There's a lot of tape, it seems. I don't know why they have so much tape all over the place. I guess it's just to make sure the glass is in place. Oh no, I've committed a sin. I've almost removed the peel by accident because the tape is literally under the peel. Why do you do that? That's just So if you want to take off the side panel here, pull out the pinch here, there's a little slip. You pull this your way and it unclips, and then you lift it and out. Uninstalling the side panel is very nice. Just make sure to hold the bottom so you don't drop it. Assume it's the same for the front. Plop this on out right, making sure I don't break anything. Oh, it is the same exact process. This nub's on the front, you pull it from the top, lift it on the bottom, and then there are some biting spots here, which you can see that you of course use to actually slip it back into the spots to put it back on. Actually, I just realized they're not there, they're there, which, okay. But that's how you move the side panel. Besides that though, we also got the back side of the case here. Now there are 2 nubs here that you do have to untighten to get access to the case, and you just slip it out like so. And with that, you get access to the back side of the case. But if the back side open, you can unscrew out the fans that are in here, the 120s. And there we also get the connectors here too. Oh my god, they're already daisy chained and RGB set up. So you literally just have to connect the fan header, one RGB header, and you're all good to go to like have your fans good together. That's really nice. I just know sometimes you buy a case, you buy additional fans, and your motherboard won't have enough support for all the stuff. Like I had a PC I fixed recently for a customer. They didn't have enough support. That's all you really need to know. But this, it's just 2 things, your fans are good to go. That is actually sick. I really like that. There are also some grommets here for routing cables, which is pretty clean, for some clean look for like your 24 pin, maybe your motherboard cables, or you can actually use the slips on the bottom of the case to the bottom parts of your motherboard for like controllers, USB, all that jazz. So that's pretty nice. Unfortunately, there's no grommets here compared to like this. Now, keep in mind that all the front IO is actually on the bottom here, which is interesting. Right here, you have your headers. First of all, you have the power for the power of the case. You have a reset button. You have a 3.5mm for your mic, 3.5mm for your headset, USB 3 header, 2 of them, and then 1 USB C header. I assume this is USB-C type 4. I'll look it up too and confirm myself in post. Also, the case just got dirty already. Is it just because like I rubbed it against the desk? No shot. I wish I checked the PC to see if this thing came already dirty or not, or if it gets dirty easily. I think already been dirty because like it's not coming off and I can't really do anything about it. So yeah, that's lovely. Kind of unfortunate. I can't even clean it with like an alcohol wipe or anything like that, so that's nice. Now going back to the back side of this case, we of course have ourselves, first of all, a 2.5 inch cage area for like your SSD. So you want to install your SSD here, all you do is unscrew it, not lose the screw course, pinch it from the back, pull it up. Of course, it's got a little slip here, and then of course the bite, and then you can just install your SSD, which is pretty awesome. And then once you install it by screwing in, all you really need is 2 screws, like one there, you're good to go. Slip it back on in, push it down, then screw it in. This one only has one 2.5 inch area. Some of them I know they have more. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a secondary one, which would have been nice. But for the connectors, we have of course a USB 3 connector. We have our front panel connector for your ports, because I know a lot of cases now are starting to adapt. Instead of having multiple pins for your reset, HD LED, power switch, all that jazz, they're making it more just like one thing. You plug into your board and you're good to go. So this is really just a front panel connector that's everything. We have a USB-C type header for your motherboard, so you just plug this on into your board if you have one. Then the other header we have is, of course, I think assume this is an HD audio header, just because of the fact that it doesn't say HD audio on it at all, which is the thing. But we know this one right here is the front panel header. And we know there's a 3.5 input and output for your mic and headset. So this is probably HD audio header 100%. Then after that, that's all the cables you get. And this is really nice. I love this. This is probably my favorite part about it so far. This, you have a hard drive cage, so you can install like 2 drives. They don't have bays, so you literally have to pull out the whole drive cage area, the uninstall drive, which is not the worst thing in the world, just kind of sucks to say the very least. So if you pull this on out, you will get all your cables for your motherboard. Not cables, screws for your motherboard. And then if you want to get access to hard drive cage, so on the bottom side of the case, you do get a little mesh area for your PSU. And I'm just noticing the hard drive cage is not like unscrewing 4 things. So you're gonna need at least a screwdriver to start unscrewing them, because it's one of those things where like you have to use a screwdriver first, so you untighten them, and then you can finger screw them later. Okay, but once you actually use a screwdriver to untighten these, you can actually remove these screws, and by removing these screws, you will be able to pull out the hard drive cage, which is really nice. Instead of having to unscrew 4 different things just to get access to the cage, you can see the hard drive cage will just flip on out. That is pretty nice, and you can just easily install your drives that way. So that's sick to see. And then if you want to put the cage back in, super simple. Line it up with the nubs on the bottom of the feet. Then after you line it on up, just make sure your cage lined up with the screw holes. So that's the one thing you got to keep in consideration if you do this. But the hard drive cage, installing it is pretty nice. So if we look on this case here, you can actually see the bolts for the GPU brackets are literally under the thing here, which is evil. There is actually a metal thing to unloosen the back bracket. Also, PC manufacturers are just case manufacturers. Guys, can we all just agree to remove this area? I know it's supposed to help with GPUs that are much more heavyweight, but at the same time too, I feel like there's a better way of doing that. You know what I'm saying? We don't need this awkward thing that kind of gets in the way of everything, because now I have to literally unscrew this before doing anything to be able to actually get the back plate to the GPU. So you just lift it up, and then, is that it? You literally just lift it up, and then you can unscrew stuff. Okay, that's kind of nice. That's cool, but also kind of annoying. So with that though, you can literally undo the brackets, and you can close it back on up. Take the screw from earlier, and then just screw this back on down. And if you want to reinstall your panels and actually place them back on, so first of all, we got to just take the slips, slip it on in, push it, nub it, easy. Same thing on this side. Take the nubs, make sure the nubs on the back here lined on up, push it in, and then make sure not to drop it, because there is nothing holding it in the bottom here. And do the same thing, push it on in, which is awesome. So let's go over my final thoughts now on the Montech XR PC case. Do I think it's good for its price? Do I think it's awesome, amazing, or is it pretty mid and mediocre? So first of all, I just want to go over the cool things that come with it. First of all, the 3 120mm ARGB fans are nice. They're very good, especially since the fact they're already daisy chained for their ARGB, and also for the actual fan control too. That you literally just have to plug in 2 headers and you're good to go for the fans. And the routing for it is already done, so it's pretty good. So I think that's probably my favorite thing about this case so far. Now, the price point for the fans, there's a lot of like cases on the market that come with fans nowadays, and like I wouldn't say it's the best case for its price point for like the fans that come with it. Like if I had to give it to a case recently reviewed that had like, I'd probably say the Montech 903 Max, which was like, I think it was like a $50 or $60 case, but it came with like 4 fans, 3 for intake, 1 exhaust. So it absolutely killed it and had a mesh front. This one's really good because of the fact that it looks very appealing and it comes with some nice fans and good cable management out of the rip, and already the connectors are just like, they're easy to plug in. There's nothing complicated about it. My only complaint with the cables is that the HD audio cable is not labeled. Like, if you know what you're doing when you're building a PC, you should know that that cable that goes to the 3.5 should be an HD audio cable. But since it's not labeled, I feel like some people might get confused. But if you look at a motherboard manual and all that, just you'll probably understand what's going on if you put like a little logic together, 2 and 2. That should just be labeled. But that's my final thoughts on the Montech XR PC case. If you guys are looking forward to a PC building, because we are going to do an $800 PC build in it, then definitely get subscribed. And if you enjoyed my review here today, make sure to smash the like button. I'll see you guys for another one. TechGran out.